Hello, what is going on? Today I am going to be doing the 5-lug conversion on the 240SX. So I'm going to go over what I got, how much it costs, and what you're going to need. So I got the 4-bolt on right now. So this is everything I picked up for the swap. I got the 5 lugs, so these two are the rears off of an S13. I picked these up used for 80 bucks. They're in good condition. The fronts I got off of 240conversions.com. Came out to about 200 Canadian for them shipped to my house, so we will need those. These are the Z32 front and rear conversion lines for the calipers that I got. Those were 100 US, so about 130 Canadian shipped. Then I have the Z32 30mm aluminum brake calipers. So I picked these up for 340 bucks, blasted them down, painted them with some yellow caliper paint. They turned out pretty decent. Then I got I got good brake pads that also came with the calipers, and then the brake rotors, front and rear, cost me 202 bucks flat. So all in all, about everything here cost me around $950 for everything. And yeah, so we're gonna start by taking off the rears on the car, because the rears should be easier because they're just bolted up. So I'm gonna get us set up, and we're gonna take the wheels off and do one side at a time. Okay, so to do the 5-lug swap, what we're gonna need is a 36mm socket to take off the axle nut, 14 mils and 17 mils to take off the caliper and caliper carrier. We're gonna need a 10mm brake line tool wrench for the rear brake line, 19mm wrench and socket for these two, and a 17mm to take the bottom of the strut out. And then that's pretty much all you're gonna need for tools. A couple extensions, I got a pair of pliers. Other than that, WD-40, some penetrating fluid. I'm gonna have a torch just in case, hammer, pair of vice grips, you know, just the basic stuff. So I'm gonna set you guys up, and I'm gonna film this, and hopefully we'll get it done nice and quick. Okay, so where I'm at right now, I took the rotor off. These 4 bolts are what holds the rear hub to the assembly. I soaked those in some penetrating fluid. Then I took these 2 top bolts off by putting 19mm on the end here, impact gun, took this one out. Then once this is out, you lift up this control arm, and then you put the wrench on here, same thing, impact gun, pull this bolt out. So now these 2 bolts are out. This is getting loose, so I took the 36mm impact socket, loosen this off right to here. Now I'm going to take the 17mm off of the bottom of the strut mount, and what I'm going to do is put this right up level here, and I'm going to use a hammer just to loosen the axle inside of the spindle. You can see now it's flush, so it should be loose enough to do what I need it to. I use this as a little breaker bar on my ratchet. Okay, so all I've done here is I loosened the bottom bolt for the strut, then I hit the bottom of it with a hammer, slid it out, so we still have the ball joint and the Hicus bar connected. So on the axle there are 3 indents. So to get the top 2 bolts, we're gonna make sure the car's in neutral, and I'm gonna twist the hub till the indent is right here, so that way I can get my 17 mil socket on my 17 mil on here. Oops, need to find my short 17 mil. So my mistake is actually a 19 mil on the back here. If your car is like mine, the bolt could be very rusty and have corrosion around the edge. So what I did is actually put the socket on there and just slowly tapped it in with a hammer. Now it's going to take a lot of force to break this loose. If you feel you can't break it loose, you might have to heat this up. So this looks like it's pretty corroded in here, if you take a look. But I'm going to try and loosen it, and if I don't get it, I'm going to hit it with some heat. Okay, so how I've been getting these bolts out is so what I do is I'll Okay guys, so that took a lot longer than I was anticipating. Just like stupid stuff like getting the brake lines off and getting the axle nuts off, or the spindle nut for the hub. Yeah, anyways, but I got the wheels and the brakes on. I had my buddy come by and help me bleed the calipers. So, you ready to see what she looks like? There it is. So, we got the wheel, the yellow caliper behind it, looks super nice. I'm missing a lug bolt because I didn't get a set for them yet. And there's, excuse the monster truck fitment, but later I'll be installing the HSD coilovers, so that will definitely fit my issues. But damn, a 9.5 plus 20 fits very good on here. Like, I feel like if I just rolled this so it was flat, maybe pulled it a little bit, like pulled it half an inch, it would sit almost fender to lip on there. And I also did get the other side on, same deal. looking fresh as always. Looks like a monster truck right now though. But yeah, gonna get the fronts on. Kind of a pain. I feel like the fronts are, I was mistaken, the fronts are going to be a lot easier than the rears because I don't have e-brake cables or anything to really mess with. I kind of just have to pull it off, throw rotors on, like shouldn't be that difficult. No axle to pull out or anything like that, just a 30mm bolt. So I'm going to get started on that now. Okay, what's going on? So yesterday ran into an issue. It kind of started downpouring while I started the fronts so I did end up filming me put the fronts on, but I got them done later at night. Excuse my allergies, so I'm really stuffed up right now as all the trees are pollinating. But anyways, I got the front brakes on, front calipers on, everything. So I'll show you what I did. So we got these on, right? So honestly, the fronts were like half of the effort of the rears. All I had to do was take the pads rotors off, two 19mm bolts to take the carriers off, and then 30mm bolt to take the axle nut off, and then the hub literally slid right off. Put the new hub on, bolted it down, torqued it, then I put the rotors on, reassembled the brake caliper, set it all up with pads, and then I just ran the stainless steel brake line. It goes right up into there, threaded that in, and then I bled the brakes, and yeah. Oh, what I did have to do also is I cut into the shield and then bent it back so that it would fit the new thing, just the new rotor, so that it wouldn't rub. But what happened was, when I was setting these up, I found out that the wheels will hit the brake caliper when we try and list them. So I just went and picked up these 10mm slip-on style spacers. Normal adapter style spacers will not work on this application because the back of the wed's face is flat. So okay, so those just go on there like that. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so with that spacer off, let's line these puppies up. Wow. You guys have no idea how close that is to the brake caliper. Oh my god. Okay, so we got the rims on, and honestly, there's a lot more poke than I was hoping for. What I figured is the rim is actually still so close that that's how close it is. That it's pulling a bit of paint off the caliper. Same thing on the other side. So I'm just gonna go take her for a little test spin, make sure the brakes are working all good, and see how much it actually rubs off of the caliper now. But she's looking mean. Oh yeah. Okay, so that is it. I don't know if you can tell, but the front bumper is a lot higher off the ground with these wheels on. Probably, I'd say at least 2 inches in the front. The rear's definitely higher as well, but I've never really liked poke, but they honestly have perfectly matching poke. Like, even though it's a 0.5 wider in the rear, they poke almost equally. And honestly, I fucks with it. So after I went for the drive, you can see it did quite a number on my fresh paint job, but it is what it is. I'll probably just recoat them when I get like some 15mm spacers. Other than that, it looks super aggressive. I am beyond stoked with how it turned out. Look at the sticker came off pretty nice and easy.